So standing in front of our yoga space, we're going to practice our Rishi culture Vinyasa, a kind of really set of practice we're all trying to work together or create together as a Vaidiswrup and salutation of Suriya Namaskar. Standing upright, hands to heart, Namaskar Mudra. Try to find your equal balancing Samistati, where you're nicely balanced equally on both your feet, allowing or letting our body weight to rest on floor, trusting our Mother Earth, our ground, to be stable. And let's start together. Breathing in, lifting our arms over our head. A nice long stretch, look up. Hold there for a couple of breaths. Breathing deep. If you feel comfortable, you can open your palms to the front and a gentle back bend. And then from here you come forward. So your hands back to heart as you're coming forward. Nice and straight spine, chin up. Hands on your knees to support yourself. Lift yourself a bit more forward. Just feel your spine and back of your legs. From here we're going to go into our chair position or squatting Utkatasana. If you feel comfortable here, lift your arms over your head. Nice and straight, look up. Hold there for a couple of breaths. Gently coming forward, maintaining your knees and your hip position where you are. And you gently let your hands come down along your feet. And then when you're ready, then you lift and stretch your legs up. Bring your chest down towards your thighs, keeping your chin up. And finally we let our head drop down into Hastpadasana. Take a couple of deep breaths. And then bringing your chin up, long straight spine. And then fold from our knees. You're going to come up onto our squatting Utkatasana. Chest, shoulders wide open. When you're ready, hands on your knees, finding your balance. To your heart, Namaskar Mudra, Anjali Mudra. And then release. Your hands nice and flat along your feet. Feet flat, and you're going to step our right leg back. Nice and straight, keeping our leg straight, chin up. Hold there for a few breaths. To feel your strength, feel your balance. Now if you're ready, turn your right foot over to the side. You're bringing your foot nice and flat and our right arm goes up straight over to the ceiling. To a nice triangle, Trikonasana Vinyasa. Breathe deep. And then coming back to the center. Right foot or leg back into the center, and then your left arm goes up. And holding there for a few breaths. And then bringing back into the center, looking forward. And this time if you can push back onto your right foot and stretch your left leg straight, let your head drop down to your left leg. And hold. Bring your chin up, straight spine, looking forward, and then fold your knee again. Let your right knee come down on the floor, flex your foot, lift further up into nice arch. You can lift your arms up if you like. If you feel comfortable, you might like to lift your arms over your head, palms facing to the front, nice gentle back bend. Looking up, breathing deep. And then coming forward again. Put your hands against your foot. Lift your right knee up and then both legs straight together into straight sloping Samtulasana. Looking forward. From here, if you like to lift up from the center into Mountain Mevasana. Bringing our feet nice and flat. Balancing our practice. Bring your chin up and then you step your right leg or foot forward. Left leg stretched behind now, looking forward to the front. Breathe deep. When you're ready, turn your left foot sideways, bringing it nice and flat. Lift your left arm up and straight over to the ceiling. Breathing deep. Bringing your left hand down, bringing back to the center. You try to lift your right arm up. And release. Back to the center. Now your left knee down on the floor, flat your foot. Lift up into a nice arch, looking up. You feel comfortable, arms up over your head, a nice gentle back bend. Coming forward, nice and strong. Again, both your feet over your legs together. Straight Samtulasana. And then up into mountain Virvasana. 3 deep breaths. So when you all are ready, bring your left leg or foot forward again. Right leg up and straight. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then we'll stretch that front leg and head down to the knee. And release, back down. Legs stay together. Straight Samtulasana. And then your knees down, back onto your heels. Into Rabbit or Sankasana. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Bringing your chin up. Coming forward onto your elbows, deep your spine, straight nice arch. And then up into four-footed Chatuspadasana, holding up there. Now taking our toes down on the floor and then lift your knees up, push back on your heels into nice strong mountain Virvasana. Getting in and out deep. And when you all are ready, going to try or aim to lift your right leg up and straight towards ceiling and hold there for a couple of breaths. Bring your chin up, so you're looking forward and then fold your right leg and bring your knee up in middle of both your hands. Let your left leg is stretched behind, create a nice arch, hold there for a few breaths. If you feel comfortable, lift your right hand up and stretch back. Coming back to the center, just few variations of Raj Kapotasana. Left hand up, stretch back. Down. Okay, both hands up, stretch back. Down. Now come forward. Cover your knee to the floor. After a bit of rest, bring your chin back up. Bring your hands close to your knee to support. I'm going to aim to fold our left leg or knee, foot pointing over to our head. And if you can, let your left arm reach back over your leg or your foot, turn it around. And then if you feel you are quite comfortable, aiming to lift your right hand up. If you feel you need to stay where you are, that's fine. And release. And relax. Come back to the center now. Take your left foot back, lift yourself up, and then stay back into mountain for Virvasana. 3 deep breaths here. And when you're ready, your left leg up and straight. Chin up, looking forward, folding our leg, bringing our knee up in front. Right leg is stretched behind, again flat your foot, create a nice arch. When you're ready, left arm up and stretch back. And change your side, your hands, right hand up and stretch. And release. If you feel comfortable, both arms up. And release. And then stretch forward. Coming back up and straight. Reaching back towards your right leg, folding your leg, you're turning your arm around your foot. Your hand goes gradually points to your head. Left arm goes back over your head to reach back. And then release. Relax. Coming back to the center, take your right foot or toes on floor and lift back up into the mountain or Virvasana. Hold there for a few breaths. Breathing deep. And again, when you're ready, lift your right leg up and straight to the ceiling again. Pointing your foot sideways and lift your knee up towards ceiling with a twist into your head. Breathe deep. From here, if you're comfortable, bring your head, reaching up. And you're going to bring all that folded leg or knee to the front, to your both hands. Pulling across and push back on your back left leg. Look up. Again, you can just stay where you are, or you might like to lift your right arm up to stretch. And release. Change your arms, left hand up, stretch. And release. And if you like to do both arms up, you can. And release. And then try to go flat forward into the resting position. Coming back up, using your hands to gently and slowly walk back up, bringing your hands to your foot and your knee. Take your left foot and lift back up into the mountain. Holding there for a couple of breaths. And when you're ready, left leg up and straight, turning your foot over to the right side, going as far as you comfortably can. Lift your head or bring your chin up to see where we're going. And we're going to bring our left leg across to both arms, hands. Right leg push back. Look up. Again, when you're ready, your right hand up, stretch back. And release. Left hand up, stretch back. And release. Both arms up. Release, and then step forward. And then gently use your hands to walk back up. And take your right foot or your leg onto the floor and lift back up into the mountain or wherever. Holding there for a couple of breaths. From here, our knees down, chin up into four-footed Chatuspadasana. Trying another variation, or Kapotasana. So your right leg goes up, your foot or your leg pointing to your tailbone or your buttocks. Once you feel comfortably balanced, you lift your left arm up and let it reach back to grab hold of your foot or your leg, taking your time. And then you aim to stretch up as high as you can go. And release. Your leg, your hand down. Left leg up. Pointing up to you, reaching back with the right hand now when you're ready, and then stretch up. And release. Again, back to the four-footed Chatuspadasana. Now from Chatuspadasana, keep your arms nice and straight, chin up, and then bring your right leg to the front, in middle of both your arms. Looking forward. And see from here, if you can, gently walk your foot forward as far as you can go. Giving it a nice split, looking up, holding there for a couple of breaths. Good, and then bring your leg, bring your foot back in your own time. Back to the four-footed, and then bring your left leg to the front, looking forward and gradually slide your leg forward. Stretch as far as you can go. Breathing deep. Aiming gradually to practice our Hanumanasana here. And then coming back to the four-footed Chatuspadasana. Chin up. And then our chin and chest down, keeping our tailbone or buttocks pointing up. And then lie down straight on your front, keeping your feet, your legs close together. Push up into the cobra, looking up. And gradually when you get your feet pointing to your head. And release. Take your toes or your feet down and lift back up into the mountain progressively. Vinyasa. Breathing in and out deep. Looking forward. Chin up. And then going to step our right leg to the front from here. Again, turn your left foot sideways. From here, I'm going to lift up into the warrior. Up and straight, hold there for a couple of breaths. Looking up for your right arm. And when you're ready, left arm reaching back onto your left leg and right hand points up straight over to the ceiling. Into a warrior or the Virasana variation, come forward again. Now let your right hand come down onto your right leg with your thigh tuck on to support yourself and left arm pointing over your head. Hold there for a couple of breaths. Beautiful. Come back up. Back to the warrior. Now go further down. Your right hand reaching onto your right foot to the floor and left arm pointing up. Holding there for a few breaths. From here, if you're comfortable, let your left arm again point over your head. Breathing deep. Lift your arm back up. Come back up to the warrior again when you're ready. Now gently sweep your left hand along your body to bring them both hands together to the front. Keeping your front leg to almost 90 degrees, or if you can. From your arms up into the variation of warrior, looking up. Couple of deep breaths. And then coming forward. Back to the center, looking forward. And then step your legs back together into mountain or Vinyasa. Again, couple of deep breaths here. When you're ready, left leg or left foot to the front, right leg behind and turning your right foot sideways so you can slowly lift up into the warrior. Up and straight. Breathing deep. Now your right hand goes back on your right leg, left hand points up straight over to the ceiling. Coming back to the warrior. Left hand comes onto your left leg or your thigh and right hand points over. And holding there. Coming back to the warrior. Now coming down with your left hand to the left foot. Into another very slow triangle. Looking up over to your right arm. And then you really lift back up to the warrior. Sweeping your right hand from your right shoulder, coming to the front. Both hands together. Then ready, arms over your head into Asvachalana. Looking up, gently stretch further down if you can. And then coming forward. And then both your feet, your legs together. Now holding into Salutations, balancing equally on our arms and feet. Now gently let your feet turn onto the left side when you're ready. And your right hand points up. Come back to the center. Turning onto the right side. Left arm up. And back to the center. From here again, push back up into the mountain Vinyasa. Just going to flow through the sequence quickly. From mountain, knees down, chin up, four-footed. Suriya Namaskar, chin and chest down. Push up into cobra. Feet to head if you like. Feet back down and then lift back up into the mountain Vinyasa. Bringing your chin up and then step or jump forward. One leg at once if you're stepping. Stretch up your legs, chin up. Hold there for a couple of breaths. Now see if you can lift your spine so really nice and straight, and you aim from here to lift your right leg back up straight, aligning or bringing it in line with your hips or your spine. And then you raise your hands to your heart if you can. If you need to stay where you are, that's fine. And then coming down. Put your feet together again, then your left leg, the foot up. Again, taking your time. When you're ready, finding your balance to Namaskar Mudra. And release. And then head to knees. Nice forward stretch. Coming back up into straight spine, chin up. Hands onto your knees to support. Slightly bend your knees, coming into squatting. And then arms over your head, looking up. And then raise up. Gentle back bend. And release, bringing your hands to heart. And relax your arms, palms facing to the front.